Christmas 2025 outdoor lights setup, non-icicles, day 3. So we're going to work on trying to get the lights around the windows today. I'm hoping that we can just kind of tuck the lights under here and not have to get out any hooks and all this stuff. I might even be able to just stick them under here too. Alright, that might not be too bad. Let's see, is it over here the same way? You'd think it would be, but in this house it's probably not. Yeah, it looks to be about the same. Okay, that might be easy. I am so glad I did as much as I did yesterday because it is absolutely freezing out here today. And it's windy. And unfortunately, the forecast for the next 10 days is not looking promising for doing this, including snow. So we kind of just have to deal with it and get it done tonight. So I have to get some street lights turned on. And I got to get a couple boxes out from the downstairs. And then we can begin. I'll go ahead and go turn on the street lights now. I'm already freezing and it's been not even 5 minutes. Not good. Hopefully once I start moving around, I will warm up a little bit. All right, we need the front one only. I need the back one. Okay, that was it, hopefully. Nope, that's the wrong one. Actually, you know what? We are going to need both because I have to do the whole fence. Okay, you know, just turn them all on. This will probably be the last time I'm out there enjoying them for several months anyways. Just start up them all. There was a third box of outside lights which I found earlier this evening. And that should have the custom cut sets for the front landscaping, and it should have the rest of the DEL stuff. I still have not lubricated that door. One of these days I'll take care of that. That is so annoying. Okay, there's our box. And I have a bunch of extension cords here that we're going to use. I must have, I don't know, half a mile of extension cords around here. I'm going to shift around these boxes. This is enough of a production. I should have brought the camera in here. Oh, I'm almost done anyways. I've got a lot of extension cords here. And we use them all, which is the crazy part. Alright, let's get some more street lights on. And I'll have to get the ladder out of the garage. I'll just take you in the garage now, I guess. We got to get the smaller ladder out of here. I'm not opening the door, it's way too cold. So I have to pull it this way, which is not fun, but it is doable. It's 58 degrees in here. I might actually put on the heater to help warm up while I come in and out. Just hit everything with the tripod going over. That's great. Okay, so I got to get this ladder out of here. this up too. This is, should have some heat in it still. Yep, we can get a couple degrees out of there. I'll put the fans on slow. We should also try to test the generator within the next couple of days, because it's going to be in the low 20s this week at night, and if the lights go out, you don't have much time to work with before you need heat again. Wonder if I could work with the smaller one. I'm gonna try. Certainly be a lot easier. Let me go take a look and see. No, that's too close. It's gonna cut it too close. So I had to get the bigger one out. Could probably just barely reach it, but it's gonna be so frustrating that there's no benefit to it. So we'll just get this one out. Yeah, we need some of these cords too. What is it stuck on? Well, maybe I was wrong. Maybe the aggravation of not being able to reach the lights is better than this. This is making a whole mess over here now. Okay, I got the ladder. Okay, we're going to start with the window on the right. Should be a little bit easier because it's lower to the ground. Plug this in to the power bar in the garage for now, just so we can enjoy this while we're out here. This is powering the two oaks that we set up yesterday. And I'll plug in another cord that we can use to power up what we're going to work on right now, just to make sure that it keeps working as we go. So we don't need to find out that it broke once we finish putting it up. Seriously? This cord's only been out here for like 15 seconds and it's already so stiff it's not even uncoiling properly. This looks like a telephone cord. I hate working in the cold. This is ludicrous. Probably have to cut the string down to length. That's fine. We can do that. I forgot how much I don't like this ladder because I haven't used this in a while since I bought that other one, that retractable one. I keep using that in the house all the time now instead of this. This one is awful. It gets the job done, but it's a clunky, bulky, heavy mess. And it's not very stable. I guess it don't matter in this particular case. If it tips over, it'll just hit the house. Okay, so let's get started with this. Put this over here instead. Otherwise I would block the frame. Don't want to be filming like Kevin. I'd like to align these all so they're perfectly facing outwards, but I'm not sure if that's realistic or not. You know, if we're not really using any proper connection pieces, this ain't coming out too bad. Wow. And you're a perfect fit too. That looks nice. I quite like that. And all the bulbs are aligned pretty good too. So that was a pretty much perfect fit. I just unscrewed one of the bulbs on the end. It's just one bulb too long. It's not worth cutting the string over that. So that's good. Now we got to move to the other side. So I guess we'll need one and some fraction of a string. Okay, next side. I've got 2 strings of lights. And I'm not exaggerating about this cold. I mean, the wire is literally frozen. This is ridiculous. Oh, I didn't test this string. We got to test it. Plugged into my frozen extension cord. Okay, looks good. No burnt out bulbs. This ladder stinks. I can't believe how well I've been able to align these lights with just jamming them underneath the flashing there, which we can only do in this case because it's under the overhang. So we only need a very short segment of lights at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that one I was using yesterday for spare bulbs, which is already cut. It's got a splice in it already. And we're going to use that string. We'll just cut it down to a shorter size rather than cut a full length one, because we don't need very much of it. You know, if we were cutting off 4 or 5 bulbs, and that's fine, but we only need like 10 bulbs. We'll just have to make sure that the ordering in that set is correct and following the pattern, which is important for any lights that are on the house or on a railing, etc. This string is missing, has no white bulbs in it. There is one white bulb out there that we can grab from the other side, other window. We don't need that bulb over there. Let's see how much we need here, how many colors we need. It's all going to depend on where the pattern starts. We might need to get another white bulb. These colors look all goofy under these street lights because the color rendering is different. Oh, perfect. I think we're only going to need one white bulb because the pattern stops with a white. We might not even need a white bulb at all. Let's see. So we need, I'll go figure the cut's right in the beginning where we're going to see it. Oh well. So that's a white, so it goes white, red, white, red, green, green, orange, is that going to be enough? Or do we need another white? Rats. We'll need one more white. Orange. Oh no, we only need one white. Orange, white. Replace this with this. And then it goes back to red. Wow. Oh, that's not ideal. If it was a white, it would be, if it ends in white, that would be perfect. Because then the pattern would start over, but it doesn't. It's going to end in red, and the next one is red. That is not ideal. I wonder if we can pull this down enough to the point where we could fudge it without feel like it's going to be obvious that it's missing, but that's not going to look right either. This is a predicament. I don't want to pull too much on this because then it might break. And that's just not helpful. I don't know, I think it might be better to stop with the white. I don't know. How far off is it? Oh yeah, it's a matter of like 2 inches, if that. I think we can probably get away with just stopping there. I'll hook this up and we'll see. Uh-oh, that's about to burn out. I'll hook it up and we'll see. See what it looked like. All right, so the question becomes, does it look okay like that, or should we add another bulb? Is it obvious that there's something missing there? Nope, it's not obvious at all. So that's what we'll do. We'll just leave it like that. So we'll go ahead and cut this string. And we're going to put twist on wire connectors, not some of that stupid lever garbage. And now if we can just get this to be in the correct orientation, which I think we can, we'll be all set here. This one's all messed up now. All right, that's good like that. Okay, let's check it from the distance. It looks fine. You really can't even tell that it's not, the exact spacing in the bottom corner doesn't matter. All right, cool. Now we'll put some on the front door. We'll use I think 1.5 strings here maybe. I think in years past I've just draped them around the railing to use up the extra. I don't remember if these bulbs are burnt out or not. I don't think so. I'll put these back in the string. The string of spares. Wire should not behave like this. This is ludicrous. Oh no. This bulb was about to burn out. Always get all sorts of cobwebs and stuff over here from the light. Just clean this off in the summer. It's filthy already. Stupid bugs. Okay, so now the question becomes, what do we do with the railing? Do we run the lights up and down it like I have in the past? Or do we run one string around the top? I feel like the one string would look better around the top. It's kind of how I've always wanted it. But now the problem is I only have a receptacle. So I can't even plug this in. We'll have to just cut on a plug. And then I guess next year I'm going to have to label all these to where they go. Does this even have enough bulbs to go where we want it to go? Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the these couple of bulbs out. And we'll restart the pattern here. So it's going to go blue, green, orange, the white. Okay, let me go see if I have a plug we can put on there. On second thought, we're just going to use a new string because there's not enough bulbs here anyways. So it's just it wouldn't make any sense. We'll use this for the spare bulbs and then we'll just have to cancel that string out. Okay, so we're going to have to reorder the bulbs because this starts with red. Actually, no, it's perfect. It starts with green, blue, red, white. Oh, it's in the right order already. Oh, you know what else I could do, which might look good and use it more of the string, is I could run it back up the railing on the bottom. These have to kind of sit on top of this. Since this is broken, we can just pick this up and loop the light underneath it, which is not the way it's supposed to be, but that's the way it is. I don't know any blacksmiths to be able to fix this, so we just live with it broken. If I learn blacksmithing someday, I'll fix it. But until then, it's broken. Just temporarily close this up here so we can see what we're doing. Okay. Yeah, this is going to look good. I like this. Because I used to just kind of go up and down the railing before, and it looks sloppy. That's why I didn't want to do that again. But this will look good. And it's still the same amount of light, so it'll still look full. It just won't look sloppy like it was before. And hopefully, with kind of securing these a little bit tighter, they won't break in the wind. Last year I kept coming out in the front. There's always shattered bulbs everywhere because when it's windy, they kind of sway and then they break. And wow, that is a perfect fit. Okay, this is the new way that we're going to do it. This is excellent. And there's within a 1/4 inch left to just barely hook the plug on the bulb and call that good. I try to position these down as much as I can because like something like this, it's going to get full of rainwater and then the socket's going to get all corroded and it's going to break. Not going to be super particular about it, but if we can avoid it, I will. Just makes sense to do so. Okay, we can put the flag back out. All right, that's a big improvement over the way it looked last year. I like that a lot better. Excellent. Now we're going to put the lights on the front door. I don't remember how this went. I don't remember if this went all the way up. I know it goes all the way up the railing. Does it go all the way around the door frame or just up and across the top? I guess we'll start at the bottom, and wherever it ends up, it ends up. It doesn't really make any difference. Gotta grab the cord. Just like last year, there's broken glass all over the stairs. That's great. How the heck have I secured these in the past? Did I just clip them onto the thing here? I guess so. Alright, I'm going to have to clip that one up from the inside, standing in the doorway. Now I do want that to go all the way around the door, so we're gonna have to, I guess we'll have to cut a string in half, and maybe we can use the other half on the garage. I do want to have lights around the garage this year. I can look good with the lights on the windows. The only problem is with the lights on the garage is I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the car in and out without knocking the lights. What I might have to do, and we'll use those M3 stick-on clip things to do this, I might have to hang the light on the siding just above the door rather than on the door frame itself. See, I have 2 strings of opaque C9s left. I'll have to open a couple more boxes because we need at least 1 more, probably 2 more, for the tree down by the water there where that street light is. The tulip tree. And then we're going to need probably 2 between the garage door and finishing off the man door there. Oh, duh, we could just plug this right into the power bar. Alright, so, well, we can do a couple different things here. We can clip it like that, but that's not going to work because you can't see it. That would be stupid. We can do that, but I think it's going to hit the car. I want to try it right now because it's so stinking cold out. Or I can try to put it up like this. That's actually what these hooks are for. That might work. It's going to cut it very close. Ooh. Rats. Bulb just burned out. Yeah, I don't know. This might be a problem. So if this is a problem, then plan B, which will avoid the problem, is to just take those clips and just kind of hang it like this instead. I'm pretty sure we're going to have to do that. I know that the car only clears this with, I don't even think 2 inches. So if we add this on here, I'm almost completely certain it's going to be an issue. And that actually doesn't look right from a distance because it can't see it because the lights are hidden. So we're going to have to go ahead and put the clips onto the thing there, which is fine. That's not a big deal. Yeah, we're going to have to, because this is just not, it's just not going to work. I suppose the other option is I can just tape them. I wonder if the tape would actually hold up. I don't know if I can put those things in the cold. I wonder if there's like an initial sticking temperature. Okay, I think I've got those things right in here. Let's see. This is so cluttered in here, I can't even get the stinking drawer open. Okay, here we go. It says apply 15 degrees to 125 degrees. So that's not a problem. But it does say wait 1 hour before hanging the lights, which is a problem. Okay. Well, I think that we're going to use these. These are supposed to be good down to -20. So we'll use these. And that will solve this problem. And what I'll do is we'll just move on to something else while these are I don't know what's the verb, curing, I guess. And I'll work on something else in the time being. We certainly have more than 1 hour of work to do left. I've got 16 clips. Hopefully that's enough to go across the entire thing. Okay, so it says the black side goes on the wall. And it has pictures of the sun and pictures of the rain. So hopefully that means it can get wet and it can sit in the sun and it won't break. I think that this is pretty clean, but yeah, it's pretty clean. Although this is textured, this is a textured surface. It's got like an artificial wood grain on it. I don't know why, it's not even wood colored. I wonder if this is going to work because of the surface not being... I don't think this is going to work. Exclusively because of the way the surface is. I don't think it's because it's a bad product or because it's dirty or because it's too cold. I think it's exclusively not going to work because of the texture of the surface. It's not allowing the piece of sticky tape to make a lot of contact with the surface. You see the problem? If you put something perfectly flat on here, it's only going to make contact, very, very small amounts. So this, I don't think is going to work. Well, I don't know. Maybe it does really need to get, maybe it gets stronger over time. I don't know. Lights are kind of heavy. Well, okay. I'm going to let that one sit for a little while and see what takes place. In the time being, we can go ahead and cut this string to length. I'll get another one and we can cut it to length. I still need a plug, but I need a plug-in. I know I had kept those plugs that I cut off the other string that I used for parts. I don't remember where I put that plug, and that's unfortunate. Are the plugs just haphazardly sitting on the table still? No. Why do I have to put the plugs away somewhere? I don't know where those plugs are now. Not good. Not good. Did I use them for something? I really have no idea where I put them. Well, I guess I'm just going to have to cut this string and connect it with twist on wire connectors. And I don't have any wire strippers here in the garage. Why is that the case? I have some wire strippers in the living room. That's logical enough. Okay, so what I'll do is, stupid tripod kick. I will just cut this to the right length, and I'll keep the plug on because we'll use the plug for up above the door because that's more difficult to reach. This is an easy place to make this connection. So after green comes red, can we make it such that I don't have to reorder everything? No, we cannot. Actually, I think we can. Well, it's too long. There goes the tools. Okay, we'll just have to reorder it. don't know why the heck those plugs disappeared. No, and this stupid. I hate working with gloves because you lose your dexterity. Okay, now we have to do some reordering of the bulbs. So at the top of the stairs, it ends in a white. So the next one would be, wait a minute, that one goes white. What the heck does it do? White, red, blue, white. Why is this one different? This one's white, orange, green. This other one is... What the heck? This one here is white, red, blue, green, orange. White, red, blue, green, orange. This other one is white, orange, green, red, blue. What in the world? So this is missing orange. This one is burnt out as orange. Okay, well I guess we got to really rework this whole thing then. So this one is white, orange, green, red, blue. So white, orange, green, red, blue. So the blue should be here. Do I have another? Perfect. White, orange, green, red, blue, white, and it's just these just need to be inverted then. Okay. So those are all correct now in terms of the ordering, though I really don't understand why it's different. I guess it must be I bought the strings at different times, different years. All right, so now we got to reorder this second part that's going to go up above the door here. This is going to be a little more tedious because we have to probably rework the entire string. So the one that's on there is white, red. That red by the doorbell is about to burn out, I think. White, red, blue, green, orange. And this one is frozen. This one is white, red, blue, I can't tell because it's so tangled up and frozen. Huh. Did we get lucky on this? White, red, blue, green, orange. Huh. I guess you got to get a break sometimes. So all we got to do then is cap off the end of this wherever it needs to be cut. And this is good to go up. But it is tangled something awful. And it's being very difficult to untangle because the wires are so cold. Yep, this is what you run into when you work with frozen wires. Complete mess. Hopefully we can get enough length out of this. I think it'll be long enough. Yeah, I should just put it up and find out, because then we can just cut this stupid tangle part off and just scrap it for bulbs. Might not even need it. I don't think there's anything metal over here that it would short out on. Here's worst case scenario, we gotta change a fuse. The gap in this stupid door is so bad you can close it with a wire in the frame. How pathetic. I gotta get that fixed. I'm gonna cancel out these tags. Because we don't need them. They're not providing any information that's helpful to us. For heaven's sakes. Okay, I got it canceled out. We can do from outside. Nope. It has to move over. This needs to be like this. That was surprisingly painless. I don't think I did this in years past. I don't think I had the lights going on both sides. It looks so much nicer this way. And I don't need that tangled segment, so we'll just cut that trash off. Unless, is there anything that would look reasonable that we could do? There's a cricket on the wall here. Would it be reasonable to bring these down the side here like this? I kind of like that. Or what about that? Yeah, that works. We can do that. Actually, I quite like that. It's another good change. Okay, we do have to do something about that wire though. Let me get some twist-on wire connectors and we'll add that to the end of there. And then we'll check that hook on the garage and see if it's still holding. Two twist-on wire connectors. I would do it live just to stir people up in the comments, but I don't want to deal with the fuses blown if it happens to short while I can cut the wire in half here. Okay, we'll do the rest of it live. If I can hook this up here somehow. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, I'm not worried about that bulb facing upwards because it's under the overhang. It's not going to get rained on. All right, that's good. That's an improvement from last year. Okay, let's see how our hooks are doing here. Actually, that seems pretty reasonable. Okay. I guess we will be able to use these. We'll add a few more then. .3M usually makes a pretty good product. I don't doubt that this is a good product. It's just the surface not being flat. I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't work because there's not enough for this stuff to stick to. And this siding is getting very chalky. It's starting to wear out, so I'm sure that doesn't help with the sticking surface either. I have 16 of these, the things. I think that we'll probably use about 10 or 12. Or if we use them all, so be it. I don't have any other use case in mind for these at the moment, so we might as well use them here if they're going to work well for us here. Whoops. I gotta clean all that up before the dog comes out here. That dog doesn't usually go out the front steps. I don't care about that, but she does go up and down these stairs frequently. These are quite difficult to get started. I don't know if it's just because that's how they are, because it's so cold out here. Could be a combination of both. Oh no, I just spilled all the pieces of paper. I think 2 more is probably adequate. I have 5 the left over. I think the only part that might be a problem is the outside, because the 2 outside ones are going to have the length going down hanging from them. So I think if there's going to be an issue, that's where it'll be. So we might just have to do something extra on the ends. I think in the middle it should be fine. Okay, I'm going to go get some lights and we're going to work on the bushes in the front now. Okay, this segment is going to be a little bit difficult because we have a custom built set of 4 or 5 different strings. And it's all like a web. It's difficult to put out. Hopefully these are all working, and hopefully I can do this without breaking any of them. So there should be 3 strings for the little trees in the back. think that's going to be this. First, let me just plug this in to make sure it works. Because if this doesn't work, then we got to address that first. Okay, I think everything here is working. These two are separate. Okay. What the heck? Okay, here we go. Okay, so now this goes down like this. This connects the string that goes on this board. So it's just a plug. These lights go to this tree, and then these lights go to this tree, and I think there should be another plug only, and then I have the string that goes on the sky pencil. Yep, here's our string, and here's the plug. Now this sky pencil is grown, everything here is grown, so this might start to require more lights than this. Might require 2 strings now, or just 1 string of 100. These were cut into 50s. I don't know why that's a bit too long there, but other than that, everything looks good here. This is a good setup. I remember building this. It's pretty good. I like it. Works nicely. Otherwise, it would be impossible to set this up clean. You just have so many lights running all over the floor. You don't want that. Yeah, actually this is going to have to be upgraded to a string of 100, I think. We're stretching that pretty thin. These are strings of 20, and these also may need to be upgraded to strings of 50 next year. Yeah, these need to be moved to strings of 50. Probably 35 would be ideal, but I don't know if we can get these strings of 35. I should have undone these in the house. They're so stiff now. And the spacing on these is pathetic. Some of these is like not even an inch. That's the problem. There's probably enough lights. The spacing is too short. Yeah, that could definitely use more lights. But that's what we have for now. I think we're going to find that everything here needs to be increased because the stuff's growing. This stuff is 2 or 3 years old now. It's grown since I first set this up. Well, this might be the right length still for these. Yeah, this is fine. Actually, that's about perfect for these still. Yep, that's good for those. Alright, so we could bump that up to a 50. Yeah, 50 is going to be way too long though. It's an issue with the spacing. If that was spaced further apart, it would be fine. Yeah, these are a joke. I mean, look at the spacing on these. It's, I don't know, maybe 1.5 inches on some of these. It's 2-finger length. And it's inconsistent too. This is like 1.5-finger lengths. Ridiculous string of lights. Absolutely ridiculous. This was fine when the bushes were in here the first year, but they've gotten too big for these ridiculous strings. That, and I can't get the strings to stretch out to the point where they can really not be in the shape of a, being wound up, because it's too cold. I might have to deal with this next time the sun hits them. Yeah, I'm just not going to be able to fix this tonight. I have to do this when the sun is out so it can warm up the wires. Alright, the middle bush I think just takes a single string of 100 colored. Go ahead and grab that. I gotta keep moving, I'm getting cold. Not sure how much more we're gonna do tonight. It's already about 9 o'clock. And I really want to change out the ceiling fan in the living room tonight so I can put the ladder away and get that room cleaned up, because the tree's coming in 2 days, so I gotta get that cleared out in there. Okay, where are the mini lights that go there? Now there's a couple strings that go in the front too. Probably at least 2, maybe 3. Okay, this one's working. No! Things are falling. Okay. Should we put lights on the rose bush too? I guess so. There is a plug there. Okay, we got some lights for the rose bush. It's cold. It is very cold. I'm not sure how much more I'm going to be able to tolerate out here. I'd like to make a little more progress. Let's see, it is currently the 9 o'clock. String is working. All the bulbs are working. Very important. Something in the woods over there. Probably the rabbit. Okay, that completes that section of landscaping. Now we have more mini lights to put up top on the second tier. I guess we'll need 3 strings. Can that false lavender hold lights? Yeah, it probably can. I think I'm just about done out here. My hands are getting numb. Don't want to get the frostbitten. I have one more string of mini incandescent lights here. And then, let's see, we got a bunch of DEL. I don't know where all that goes. And then we have, I think these are all the mini incandescent for the fence. So I don't know, we might have to get some more mini incandescent. Probably have some upstairs. Oh, look, tonight. That's the other thing I gotta do tonight. I gotta get the village tables out of the attic. The village tables and the stupid deer. I'll take those out of the attic tonight. The deer were relamped last year. They were fine all last year. They better be fine this year as well. All right, I think I'm done out here after this string. I'm frozen. I'll put the garage lights where they're gonna go, and that'll be it. Too cold, too windy. I suppose I could put lights on these other 2 bushes here. Probably need a set of 50 for the 2 ones there. Actually, one of those strings of 20 is probably good for that one. Maybe I'll rework that front a little bit. This thing needs to be pruned in the spring. See if we can correct the shape. I didn't do any pruning to it this year because it was so dry. I didn't prune a lot of stuff this year. Everything was too much in a stress condition from the lack of rain. Okay, let's check the lights on the garage. Come on. I'm getting impatient because I'm just freezing. Why is it doing that? Seriously? The heck is all that racket? Okay, that's good. It looks good. It's all hanging. The question is, though, could have been one bulb longer. The question is it going to hold? It seems fairly sturdy. I just hope that the heat from the bulb doesn't mess with the adhesive. Particularly at the end here, it's very close. It's very close to the adhesive. Well, we'll see. All right, that's it for today. I can't do any more. It's too cold. So let's get that ladder back inside, and then we'll do some work inside. That other ladder, that retractable one, was worth its weight in gold compared to trying to lug this one up the stairs every time I need to change a ceiling fan. That was a good investment. Okay, that's it for tonight. I'm frozen. Did not get as much done as I was hoping to, but we did make a significant amount of progress. We improved some things from last year, added some things compared to last year. And all those changes are going to look absolutely fantastic.